Circle of Light Botanicals is a company that was developed around herbs that were found on a tract of land, 6 acres. These herbs were black cohosh, blue cohosh, bloodroot, and the amazing premier herb, American ginseng. Our mission was to wildcraft these herbs that were growing at 3,800 feet and to add additional herbs onto the land, golden seal and false unicorn, and other herbs as they would grow very well in this high altitude. This herbal business fit pretty well with what we were doing, which was naturopathy, acupuncture, and growing of our own food and martial arts. Um, Me, Accem Scott, I'm a naturopath and a acupuncturist and an herbologist. Um, we would bring folks onto the land, and Eleanor would do visual arts and Reiki, as well as teach the martial arts. We would facilitate workshops and have folks come who were looking to change their lives, basically. On the southern face of the property, we did all of our healing work. We had spiral gardens where we did all of the growing of our vegetables, and we did all of our massage therapy, all of our training classes. We held classes there. And here you see me comfortably amongst the wild herbs, um, baby ginseng, bloodroot, cohosh, fern, all natural companions of one another, and all naturally growing on the land. Ginseng has an illustrious history. For over 3,000 years, it was used for medical purposes. The old Chinese text, the Yellow Emperor text, the old books of Chinese medicine all talked about ginseng as a major herb which strengthens the soul, brightens the eyes, and opens the heart. Chinese emperors revered ginseng and were willing to pay enormous prices for it. China's need for wood led to the deforestation of ginseng, and so it still will take many, many years for ginseng to grow at its normal rates in China. As far as back as the 3rd century AD, China demanded this root from other places, and it was Korea who stepped in to create a thriving export business in ginseng. There was a boom that occurred in the 16th century, and that's when Korea began to experiment with field cultivating the root. And from the 16th century until the present, ginseng has had a thriving community. China is always the main user of this product. In America, ginseng has been used traditionally by many Native American tribes, the Iroquois, the Menominee, the Cherokee, the Creek. They all valued ginseng for its amazing curative abilities. But it wasn't until the 1700s that American settlers and Jesuit priests found ginseng or discovered it from their point of view. And by the late 1700s, shipments of ginseng were being sent to China, and incredible fortunes were being made. By the mid-1850s, 500,000 pounds of ginseng was being harvested annually from American wild ranges and exported to Asia. The current market being what it is suggests that ginseng's demand will last for a very long time to come. There are 2 faces of ginseng. Actually, there are more faces, but 2 main faces. There's the low-cost producer of ginseng, which is the field-cultivated farmer. And this ginseng has shown its profits to decline quite rapidly over the last 5 years or more. The wild simulated farmers' ginseng has been steadily increasing since 2001. And an additional thing that has happened in the marketplace is that more wild ginseng and ginseng companion plants are finding a market out in not only Asia, but all across the world. So this means that ginseng and black cohosh and golden seal and bloodroot are all finding markets for themselves. Cultivated versus wild ginseng. An explosion happened in 2007. Wild ginseng roots sold for as much as $1,000 a pound. That price was astronomical, and the price continues to go up. In 1999, a few pounds of field-cultivated dried ginseng root produced under artificial shade sold for $10 per pound. That price has been reduced by 75% in the last 10 years. So you have the $1,000 per pound for wild ginseng and the 75 and the $10 per pound for the field cultivated ginseng. There's a difference. Why is there such a big difference in the prices paid for both wild and cultivated ginseng? Well, the big difference is the Chinese. For 5,000 years, the Chinese have seen ginseng as the emperor of herbs. They've even developed a system of grading ginseng that consists of 30 different quality levels. And because the Chinese have clear-cut most of its forests, they have devastated local ginseng sources. And since there's been a need for quality ginseng since the 1800s, the Chinese are willing to pay dearly for this source of ginseng from anywhere in the world they can find it. Okay, here is a photo of wild and wild simulated ginseng. What we don't have pictured here is cultivated ginseng. So cultivated ginseng looks much like a carrot. That's the ginseng that the Chinese will pay $10 a pound for. And then you have the wild simulated ginseng, which is planted, similar to wild conditions, but it wasn't growing there wild, and you had to broadcast the seeds. And then you have the wild ginseng. So this picture shows the wild and the wild simulated. On the left is the wild simulated. On the right is the wild. And you notice that they're similar, except for that the wild is shorter and has longer, much longer tassels to it. Tassel being the neck of the ginseng root. That tassel or neck shows the growth of the ginseng. Each year adds one new ring to the tassel. This brings us to the life cycle of ginseng. And if you look at the top there where you see the seeds, and then you go on to notice that there's the sprout, and then the 1 year plant, which is a one leaf, one growth, and then the 2 year, at least the 2 year plant with two prongs. Then you move on to the three-pronged plant, and then you move to the mature plant, which is four prongs. What makes growing herbs challenging? Well, there are several factors that make it difficult. And one is, in growing herbs generally, an uncertain market. There's always next the uh, low-cost producers who dominate world production. Then there's the difficulty of assessing the market information on herbs. There's the lack of quality control procedures, little available ergonomic information on herbs, and the mixed acceptability in the medical community. Ginseng solves many of the problems previously noted. First, ginseng is a proven market. High-grade wild or wild simulated ginseng is proven and could climb easily into the billions of dollars as the Asian economy recovers. There's a limited supply of wild simulated ginseng. The entire world supply of it comes from North America. It's estimated that there are 10,000 growers here. And since 2000, those 10,000 growers have been providing the Asian customer with wild simulated ginseng. The demand has been increasing. As the diminishing sources of wild ginseng continue to grow weaker, the demand will continue to increase for wild simulated ginseng. As you can see from this graph, consumption of American ginseng in pounds starting in 1997 topped 80,000 pounds. And then as we go along, we see that the wild crafted goes down and the wild simulated and the woods crafted begins to rise until what we have now, long past 2001 onward up to 2012, is that we have a primarily abundant wild simulated market. At the same time, in dollars, we had a consumption of $25 million worth of ginseng in 1997. And then as we go along, up to 2001, we began to see the wild simulated ginseng on the rise, woods cultivated ginseng as well on the rise. And then as we keep going out further to 2012, the numbers continue to increase until wild simulated ginseng is predominant. In this next slide, we get a perspective on the global consumption of medicinal herbs in general. And as you can see, Asia and Germany and France really lead the world in the consumption of medicinal herbs. What's interesting is that Germany and France are big users of black and blue cohosh, which are also native to the Appalachians and our land. Our primary competitive advantage is that we are up at 3,800 feet and that on our land, we have a dense forest filled with companion plants and a natural habitat from which wild simulated ginseng will grow. In addition to that, the companion plants also offer a lucrative advantage. A little over half of the land is on a north to northeast facing slope area. These are the ideal conditions with which ginseng will grow. The remaining land is on a south-facing slope. And of course, these are warmer temperatures and not as dense, but it's a great area for gardening, great for flowers and plants that require much sun. But we've also found ginseng to grow in this area. Our plan for the land and the ginseng business and the rest of the botanicals. Ginseng is the backbone of our diversified botanical business. Growing ginseng from the seed would allow us the maximum yield and the maximum profit. We've decided to thin our plants at the 2 and 3 year point, either selling the flowers or rootless, which would provide us with an immediate first, second year income. Black cohosh, bloodroot, and golden seal offer supplemental incomes, along with quite a few other income streams on the property. Uh, Lumber, uh, firewood, and quite a few other options. Also, experimental crops are false unicorn root, which has an incredible potential, which is almost as large or maybe larger than ginseng, certainly in European countries and the U.S. Value-added products also offer opportunities to further diversify and enrich a botanical business. Now, this slide represents the um, while simulated ginseng performer, and it clearly kind of outlines some of the costs that are associated with growing and planting and harvesting ginseng. A hard copy of this performer can be had upon request. This next performer is for the bloodroot and the black cohosh, and it as well can be had upon request for a hard copy. And here is a 2-year ginseng plant, and we have gone forward to test the market out for little potted 2-year and 3-year plants, and found a pretty significant market within the nurseries around Asheville and surrounded area, the farmers markets and the tailgate markets, as well as the alternative food markets in the area. There are quite a few value-added products when it comes to ginseng: soaps, tinctures, selling of the berries and juice of the berries, as well as the leaf and many other associated products. A Circle of Light Botanicals is now for sale, but what it needs from anyone who would step in and look at buying it and developing this company, they would need the same things that we saw that we needed in terms of developing this business. There's networking, buyers, local, national, international, and other growers. Since we started this, that the networking has increased to the point of this coming December 2012, there will be the first ginseng conference here in Asheville, North Carolina, and there will be the first that I know of, that I've done research on, auction, where ginseng growers will come and auction off their prize roots. The next thing would be financial, legal, and technical support. And the beautiful thing is with Scott Persons and Janine Davis, who is with the North Carolina Extension Service and with the university, this allows us to have our hand in quite a few different places in terms of technical advice, legal advice. The only thing here now is the financial aspect of it, and this needs to be grown. This is an area that needs to be developed. As far as office space, this area of Asheville and surrounding areas has AB Tech, Asheville Buncombe Technical Community College, as a good resource. They've allowed us to set for a grant, which we did. We got money from them to develop our ideas and to put forward some of the concepts that we were working on in terms of how to grow ginseng, which was well. And the next is equipment sharing. This, with equipment sharing in our area, there has been an incredible um, advancement here because so many herbalists, so many enthusiasts have ventured forth to really buy equipment and co-op the equipment with other interested parties. So there's been a great advancement here. The last area is the security system. Security is a major issue still. One good thing is that recently North Carolina and Asheville, Waynesville, and surrounding areas are fully prosecuting poachers and sangers. Um, so this hopefully will discourage the time-honored um, craft of sanging. And I say that because most people that do sang or poach ginseng consider it a craft or art and their birthright. But as we move forward, a great security system is necessary that is partially computerized, partially deterrent, and I see that on the horizon. I actually presented a security system that was based on little computer pods that could be viewed through the internet and on your iPhone. Um, but things like that are coming down the pike. They aren't here yet, and this does present an area of concern. But I would say in closing that this is an incredible business opportunity, and I have fully enjoyed being a part of it, both from my understanding of ginseng and my I'm enamored by the herb itself, and so it was an honor to really do all of the research, do all of the planning and growing, and watch this business come to life. Any questions? I am available. Will make myself available. All of the research I have, I would gladly present that to whoever is interested.